Welcome everyone to Motorbike Madness. This is the podcast section of what we do. And my name's Jamie.
And I'm Scott.
And we're basically going to run you through each week some crap that's going on in the motorbike world. And of all weeks to start it, we've got a big topic to hit on. And Suzuki have said they want to leave the Moto GP.
Yeah, and it's not the first time they've done it either.
No. But this time they're trying to get out halfway through a contract.
Yeah, don't think they can do that. From what I understand, they can't make that decision on their own. The company that run the MotoGP have to agree to it. That's the only way they can do it.
I think, is it Dorna?
Dorna,
Dorna
run the MotoGP, so they have got to mediate with Dorna to get the acceptance for them to get out. But they can't get out halfway through the MotoGP. They've got to run to the end of the season.
At least, yeah. Which does leave a lot of unanswered questions, especially for the riders. I mean, you've got Joan. He won in 2020 the whole championship. Yeah. And now he could be without a bike.
Yeah, and you've also got Rins as well, who's also Team Suzuki. And he's not doing as good as he did before, but he ain't doing too badly.
He's not doing too bad. But I've done a bit of research, but do you know why they want to pull out?
No, last time they pulled out, it was to do with the economics and finance. And then I think it was 2011 that they dropped out. And then 2015, when the yen started to come back up in the stock market, they came back in. But I'm not quite sure why they want to drop out this time.
So you're not too far from the truth. On this, it looks like it's happening the same again. So their philosophy, which they wrote in their annual review that they give out to all their shareholders, Suzuki themselves, they basically wrote in there, they race on Sunday so they can win on Monday. So translate that down as if they win the race on Sunday, people are going to be rushing out the doors to buy the latest 1000cc motorbike out there.
Okay.
I mean, the biggest problem they've got now is that, I don't know if you've noticed a shift as well, but there's on the road a hell of a lot less sports bikes, a hell of a lot more touring bikes.
I have noticed that, and there's there's the crossover, isn't there? So it's sort of half tourer, half.
Yeah. It's just like the Kawasaki, for instance. They've done the H2.
Yeah,
the H2 series, and then they've made the H2 series straight into a touring bike.
Yeah.
So they've got the hyperbike, they've got the ridiculous speed out of it, and they've gone, we're going to miss a level here if we don't turn this into a tourer.
Yeah. Where
back in 15 years ago, they wouldn't have even thought about turning that into a tourer. That wouldn't have even crossed their mind.
No, it would have been an out-and-out sports bike. Let's go flat out, see what we can do.
Just push the limits.
Yeah. The other thing you've got is the tourer stroke crosser, so it's an all-rounder, road and off-road, so you can do a little bit of everything with it. There's a lot of people going for that sort of thing. More and more BMWs out there that I've noticed.
Something else that I think, because I watch it, I find it surprising, but looking from an outsider's perspective, it's probably true, is the actual audience of the MotoGP in Europe is actually decreasing.
Yeah.
And it's taken a steep incline. But do you know where the biggest explosion of audiences come from in the past 2 years?
No.
Indonesia.
Okay. So they're getting big into the motorsport.
Which they're going mental for motorsport at the moment. They've just had their first MotoGP in 20 years.
Oh, okay.
This year. So they went absolutely nuts. And so for a bit of context, Honda have sold 3,928,788 units in Indonesia in the past year.
Wow.
Yamaha have sold 1,063,866 units in the past year. Suzuki, have a guess how many they sold in the past year?
I'm going by those figures. I'm guessing they're coming in third with just under 1 million.
18,380 units.
Wow, that's a big drop.
And there's a massive reason for it. So you've got this hype, everywhere, the hype of motorsport. So you've got something that's the pinnacle. It's the top of what people want to watch. It's there.
Yeah.
So if you're going to go sell a bike out in Indonesia, what do you want to do? You want to take the people that have got the attention already of the audience, drag them out there, hype up the sale of this bike and go, look, here you go. And that's exactly what Honda done, is they took their MotoGP down to, I'm going to butcher this name, but I believe it's called Yakar, Jakatar. So they took them into Indonesia, done a massive spectacle of their new bikes, brought down the MotoGP team so they could all meet and greet all the fans and stuff like that. And they've sold nearly 4 million units. Suzuki, nothing. Didn't bother.
No, they're going on they're going on their reputation, aren't they? They're going on the name and the brand, but you can't always rely on a name and a brand when it comes down to the crunch.
Well, that's it. So now they're looking at it going, it's no longer race on Sunday, win on Monday, because people don't care. And the sad fact is that if you don't take the attention when it's there, then you're just going to lose it.
Yeah, you're going to lose it. So yeah, you've got to advertise your brand, and that's what Suzuki need to do. If they can't strike a deal with Derna, they are tied into this contract till 2026. That's
a long old time to be in something you don't want to be in. But I did read. Do you know? Is it a Moto 3? I'm not too au fait with this, but there's a team called Leopard.
Yeah.
Now they're chomping at the bit to get on the grid.
Yeah, this is something Derna have said. If they come to a deal with Suzuki to let them out of it at the end of the season, they will then reset the tables of how many riders each constructor can have.
But is this a good idea for Suzuki?
Personally, I think it's a really, really bad idea. I think if they pull out of there, they're going to lose a lot of sales. They're going to lose a big following. I've been Team Suzuki now for a long, long time. And it will be a shame to see them drop out of MotoGP. It will be a real shame. I'm a big Suzuki fan. I've got two high boosters. I've got a Gen 1 and a Gen 2. Love the Suzuki and swear by them. For them to go out of the MotoGP, I think even as a die-hard Suzuki rider like me, it'd probably cut a lot, and I may even look for another manufacturer.
I think you hit the nail on the head. So just going off of the statistics that we've already got in front of us, Honda selling nearly 4 million bikes because they took the attention, they ran with it, they used everything, they abused everything they had, and they made 4 million sales. Suzuki are in the limelight of being in MotoGP, but they didn't use it, and they only made 18,000 sales in Indonesia and didn't use any of their, aforementioned resources. So if you take yourself out totally, you're not making the situation any better.
No, you're making it worse.
Surely actually going for it is in, okay, right, we've seen Honda. This is how Honda do it. They're making a great impact. We've got a fabulous range of bikes, which they do.
Yeah.
You've got all the GSXRs, you've got the boosters, you've got all of that. Why not go, right, lads, we're going to go down to Indonesia to our next big thing. They're selling 5 million bikes or something like that in India at the moment, but they're all under 150 cc's.
Yeah, they're all little bikes. You want the big sales. That's where the money is.
Exactly. So
the money is.
What do you want to do? Do you want to, this sort of like, I'm losing, we might as well just quit.
Yeah, that's the reasoning. Put it into an analogy. That's like taking a knife to a gunfight.
What is that?
Yeah, what do you think, Puff? It's a fucking tool.
No, it's not. It's a fucking rolling pin. Who are you, Fanny Craddock? What are you gonna do with that? You gonna bake me a cake? You gonna sing me a song, watch me blow out me fucking candles? I come here for a fucking shootout, right? A proper shootout with some proper men. Like Colonel Custer and Geronimo. Have you ever heard of them? No. Because you were too busy in your penny baking fucking fairy cakes, weren't you?
Do you know how many times Suzuki have won the MotoGP championship?
A lot more than anybody else. I couldn't give you figures off the top of my head, but it's a lot more than anybody else.
I thought it was, but it's only 15.
Is it? Really?
Only 15. That's from the start of the MotoGP back in 1962. So the first championship was Suzuki that won in 1962 with Ernest de Grana. I butcher names, I'm sorry.
That's right. We allow it because that Indonesian name you were trying to pronounce, Jakatar, is Jakarta.
Jakarta, there you go. You wanted me to look like a twat and you've done it.
Just waiting for the right opportunity.
I can't blame you. I can't blame you. But I mean, he won in 1962. Then Hugh Anderson won in 63, 64, 65. Then another rider, I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name, won 66, 67, 68. They missed out on 69. They got 70. They got 76, 77, 81, 82, 93, 2000. And then it took them 20 years. I mean, yeah, we know they left and came back. But
yeah, they had a 4-year gap.
They had a 4-year gap, but it still took them 20 years to regain the title. And, yeah, fantastic looking bikes.
Everybody loves an underdog.
It is. But I suppose we're just going to have to wait and see, really. What are they going to do?
Well, hopefully, fingers crossed, somebody from Suzuki is going to listen to this and they're going to see sense and they're going to go out to Indonesia. They're going to boost the sales. They're going to do everything they can.
Exactly.
Like I said, big shame to see Suzuki go out to MotoGP. I would absolutely be devastated. If they do pull out, you know, maybe I'll start looking at Kawasaki.
Yeah.
And I'll sack my two boosters, the Gen 1 and the Gen 2. Thinking about test riding the Gen 3. Maybe I'll reconsider.
You won't get rid of them. You just don't want them to leave. I know what you're doing. You're calling their bluff. No, don't make me get rid of my bikes. I'll get rid of my bikes. You won't get rid of your bikes. The better threat to say is I won't ride them. I'm just going to put them up on a mantelpiece.
Yeah. Hang them on the wall like a stuffed fish.
But guys, what we want from you now is let us know what your feelings are about this. Do you want to see Suzuki leave? Do you want to see them stay? What do you think they should do? They're not going to listen to us anyway, but let's have a debate. You know, to be fair, I'm a Kawasaki guy. I couldn't care less. But we want to know.
Someone's got to ride a Kawasaki. You know?
Someone else.
But there again, saying that it's the second choice rather than not Honda.
But for now, guys, it's been me, Jamie.
And me, Scott.
And this has been Motorbike Madness. And we'll see you next time. Toodles.
Take care. Bye.